y'all. Welcome back.
Thank you.
This is the Shit No One Else Says podcast. It is me, your lovely host, Victoria. And yes, I am still solo dolo, but don't worry about that. So, this is episode 79 for me. Almost at 80. Just like last week, I talked about how I started doing this 3 years ago, took a year off, and now I'm just back, not stopping, trying to move forward. I have 4 beautiful ladies that have not swam over here, but we're going to try to wrap it up good because the weather is crazy. I want to introduce Bobby first because you are amazing. Anytime I call you, you always come through.
Thank you.
I met her at this crazy situation, and she was just so nice to me and so lovely to me, and we've just been really cool ever since. She's so fucking funny.
Y'all.
Yes, so fucking funny.
We go together.
Great writer. She's an amazing writer also. So let's, Bobby, round of applause. Okay, my next lovely guest is my bestest person ever in life. She's my dear cousin. She's so talented.
I know it's a lot to take in.
She's so talented. She's so fucking dope. Just cool. We really are into a lot of the same shit. You know, this is cool. This is my cousin Kelly.
Yes, my first best friend.
Yes, first best friend in this bitch. Yeah, we was riding on the 163 to Fondren Express. Fondren Express in Sharpstown. Okay, and then the next beautiful woman, we met at a podcasting event with mixing like Dallas and Houston podcast people. So it was really cool. I was very glad to be invited. We networked and we met, and so for you to come and support me, thank you so much. Your podcast is called Coffee with Curls. Yes. And Noemi.
Noemi.
Don't tell it. Noemi. I love your name. So, just tell us a little bit about yourself and your podcast and how you came up with the name and the concept and all that.
So I'm Noemi Peavy, and I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, and so I'm here in the Houston area for about almost 3 years now. Okay. So Coffee with Curls was birthed out of conversations that I had with either my girlfriends or my cousins about life, and really talking about the shit that we're scared to talk about, and just put it out there. Let's start having stuff on, put it under the rug. Let's talk about it. And so the name came from my curls and my love for coffee.
Yes.
So it was Coffee with Curls.
Definitely. I drink coffee every day when I'm not drinking Spark. So I be taking Spark sometimes, which is from like this company called
I still got my little bag. I got two little tubes left before I hit you up.
Shout out to Avocare. I just haven't bought any in a while. Like sometimes when I feel like I want to, because I'm just the taste of coffee. Like it doesn't matter. I black, but I can go sugary if I want to.
You can drink black coffee. I'm not an adult at all.
Just black. It doesn't matter.
No, can you just black? I need a little sweet, but I can do a little agave in coffee.
Honey.
Yeah. Ooh, that I can
honey.
do.
My coffee is a whole milkshake, y'all. I'm a
milk with a little
So how long have you been doing the podcast?
I've been doing my podcast for almost 2 years now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what episode are you on?
Oh my God. So I'm doing it by seasons.
You do by seasons? Right,
I do. So I think I just dropped 16.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Season 3. Yeah.
Right, because you just ended season 2. I saw that.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's technically like 70 something episodes to be added in, but yeah, I'm doing them by seasons.
And how often do you record?
Once a week. So every Wednesday I drop a new episode.
Is it live? Okay, you record it first.
I record it. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And just drop it. I just came from hiatus from the holidays, so I just took some time off.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
It gets draining. It does.
It
does.
And
then just like content is insane.
It
trying to be original, because I talked about this before, just like not coming on here and talking about the same shit that the major platforms have talked about all fucking week. It's super annoying.
It is.
But okay, so let's get right into it. I like to start out with a shit of the week. And this basically is good shit, bad shit. Maybe you got a new job. Maybe your sugar daddy paid your bills. You know, I don't know. It's just
somebody else's life.
I was at my cousin's house this morning, and this old man drove by. It was like, what, dude? And then he was like, he just drove by, and the way he looked out the window, I was like, what are you looking for? Bill Spade? What are you trying to pay a bill? But he was super
I wish I knew how to do that. Like, have you seen that meme with Snow White where it's like, you think you want a sugar daddy, and then an old man starts talking to you, and you're like, oh, that's low key me or whatever. But like the idea, like when women talk about it, and I'm like, yeah, he pays my rent, and he just got me a BMW. I don't really like it, but I'm like.
Or what about the picture where you see the young girl and then the old man, and they like on the boat somewhere, but he sleep, and then it's like the caption like, "Is it worth it, girl?" And she's old ass dude on her, like really good.
Man.
Okay. So, I'm gonna start with you, Cheryl. Because I did prep you for that, so I know.
Okay, right? I'm thinking.
Okay. I got some time.
So, mine actually just happened. I think it was today, or I learned about it today.
Okay, and by the way, your edges is real nice, though.
Girl, oh my God. Like, I mean, I'm the queen. So, my hair is very sensitive, right? This is going to be my shit of the week now. We should take it all. Listen, I'm going to talk about these edges since you brought it up. Listen, so my hair is sensitive just off the rip. Both my biological mother and her mother just have kind of thin hair. And so on top of that, I had my, previous addiction to like F-boys, like the extreme side of fuck niggas, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm recovering, okay? I'm a year and a half sober. And so I'm like, because previously, I mean, my hair would always be the first to go. My skin would stay smooth or whatever, but my hair is just like, bitch, we can't do it. And it would just be out of there. Yeah. And so, like, I felt like I couldn't have a negative thought without my hair being like, I heard what you said. I heard what you
cuticles.
Like, and they felt my spirit. Cuticles. It's a mantra. No, my hair like it hit like I would try to be upbeat like all the time. I'm like, I'm bubbly and shit in my hair. It'd be like, no, I feel you in here though. And so we can't do it.
Okay. We gonna finish it. Hair keeping it short.
So I was like, no, bitch, we was trying. I was gonna get it together, come back. And so the last time I did faux locks, fell out from the root, and I was like, why? I thought it was alopecia.
Oh my God.
Shut up, girl. Tell me no alopecia.
I thought it was tension alopecia. I didn't think it was coming back.
So did you stop wearing the weaves and stuff, or what did you do to get the situation?
So actually,
you got like, it's a bounce back. Like,
I know. I had never been able to do. I know it's mixture. I had never been. You don't understand how hard I had to work for this. It's all in my face, y'all. I'm so hot in the summer. I may cut it off. Let me get the hot all on my neck like this. All you see is tissue. No, but I wish I had them fucking problems. I really do. But no, so it's black castor oil. Brought it back, and I did. So I wish I didn't. Because I also have a complex about my 5 head. Like, I do. Yeah. And so I embrace it. It doesn't stop the show. Niggas don't stop wanting to fuck. Yeah. I would like a smaller forehead on certain days.
No, pretty girls have big foreheads. That is the case. What you say? Most of the most beautiful women.
That's true.
And women that are like model-esque. Beautiful.
Yeah, that is
big.
But so I'm not bold enough. So I've done a big chop once, and I felt like every once in a while, like sometimes I was like, oh yeah, I'm cute. And other times I was like, bitch, what did you do? What did you do? Who was you fooling? And so I'm like, I didn't just give up weaves and extensions altogether. I like chilled on it though sometimes, and like I was like, all right, we're gonna do some head wraps. That's another thing. Just as a black woman,
I do that,
but I haven't figured it out yet. I'm trying. I don't know.
Mastering the wrap. Have you ever had your hair wrapped?
I have.
And but the beautician did your hair though, wrapping it, because that's a lot to wrap. Because you getting a flat.
Wait, you're talking about wrap?
Yes, baby.
I thought you meant like
no. Head scarves, but no. See, I can't do that.
Yes.
I can't do either one of them motherfuckers.
Okay.
That paper would never stay. It's like
mine. See, so mine is like a bundt cake.
Come down.
And that's why I didn't do it, because I played myself. So I did the rap. Like, okay, because it takes like 2 seconds for my hair. I was like,
So you talking about the African jump that you make?
I was thinking that.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, I was trying to do. I was trying to get my Erica Badu on.
She was trying to take
I had to. You know, I was doing neo soul for a second.
Because you can do that, and then you put you on like some big jumps, and then you.
Yes.
You good.
You can queen out. You know.
So yeah,
okay,
that for a second.
Y'all, anybody, or I can go next.
You go next.
Okay. Okay, so my shit of the week is I work for a tax office company, great office. I was gonna try to have my shirt on today, but I wound up getting makeup on it. But I am gonna tell y'all, yes, fuck with us, come get your taxes done. It's lit. Extremely knowledgeable women here doing taxes, and then I'm not gonna go too much in detail because I do have confidentiality things that I don't want to just be telling folks business. But at the end of the day, these people out here that's waiting on this check for this whole year of their life, you have no idea what I am dealing with.
Oh, y'all phone's blowing up.
Oh, it's not even about the phones, baby. I will say this. Okay, there were 2 sisters that came in yesterday. Between the 2 of them, there were 9 children. Oh. And they were sisters. The children were, ain't it, mama? And so they was cousins.
They weren't lying.
No, they looked just alike. They was like a year apart, and it was 9 of them, and it was chaotic. First of all, they should have been the fuck at school.
Okay, first of all,
this is a tax holiday for them.
So
it's tax holiday. We out of school.
God.
That's clearly what's happening.
I mean, it is like so this is okay, in the beginning of tax season, this is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the people who want the advances. So people who have salaries and real jobs and not waiting on this one check for the whole year, they don't have to file their taxes right in the beginning. So these other people want to get this advance that the bank is giving away, and then you get your taxes later on in like February, March, when the IRS open. Because the IRS ain't even motherfucking open. Let's be clear. The IRS is not open. All you doing is getting an advance from the bank.
I heard people talk about they W-2s like January 1st.
Oh no, baby, we was getting calls in December.
But wait, no, only because you were telling me that you were getting calls in December when we were as a family getting together for holidays.
Exactly.
I was like, oh.
Is that a thing?
To get my shit together, because I can attest. Wait. Commercial break. I can attest. She ain't lying. They are knowledgeable. They are on point. They did my business and my personal taxes.
You came and brought back a couple years, right?
Yeah, I did.
You did.
I had back taxes or not back taxes.
You just had filed.
Yeah,
in a couple years.
Yeah, I needed to file for a few years.
Right. Which
I want you to know, I was like hella embarrassed about and stuff because people thinking you got it together and all that stuff, and I'm like, look, I'm regular, I'm extra regular, and when I brought them to them, they hooked everything up, and it was so efficient and just.
But the thing is, you can get away with some years, and everybody does. It's not super dreadful or whatever like that.
But that's what you think. It's so daunting. I thought I was gonna owe so much, and I ended up getting money back, and I could have gotten more had I done it on time, on those other years. But it was like the biggest relief, and it really took a different level of stress off of me. Like it really took me into my real adulthood. Last year was my first year feeling like a real adult.
Because you thought you might have had some debt with that.
No, I thought I was gonna.
You had
it's a big jail. I did. I was like, it's gonna be like I'm one of those people on these commercials, and they like the IRS is coming for you. You need to pay your taxes. And I'm like, oh my god, tax relief. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, those local commercials, like, oh, okay. I'm about to be in some big trouble, and I'm never going to be able to do any of the business that I thought I was going to be able to do. Like, I had this whole thing dreamed up, but it was totally
at
all.
Yes. So this is my two best friends. We've been friends literally since middle school, and it started out just them doing taxes in their home, and then now, I mean, this year they opened up third office in Hempstead. So there is another family member who runs the Killeen office. I pretty much run the Houston office. I just don't do taxes. I can, but I'm so busy doing the other stuff or whatever, I don't have time. Like maybe if I brought someone's tax return home, and I would do it, but then I'm not trying to do that when I get home.
Yeah.
So I will say that it is a rush. I am somebody who like gets somewhat high off of adrenaline. So I'm not gonna say that that's just me. I'm weird like that. So
taxes, you get high off the taxes.
Well, it's like
y'all sit over there quiet.
We're puzzled.
Like, okay, you got it's like adrenaline. 5 people coming in, baby crying.
No, you get high off of the rush of like being busy and having a lot.
This person's saying this. Oh, this person,
That's what bartending was for me, though.
Exactly. That's what bartending is.
I love complaining about bartending, but like legit, I look for that type of shit. I look for that type of shit.
I love bartending.
It's like so
my kind of girl.
So for me, bartending is like this. I think the biggest person that are like great with people, like really genuinely don't like people. So it's like we're great with people.
Yeah, I think it's like a mix.
We're great with people, but it's like
because we have people all the time. Like it's I'm sorry, I need to pause for a second. Did I meet you at did you go to are you at all part of Liquid Ninjas?
No.
What's
that?
That's okay. It's a bartending forum. Liquid Ninjas is a bartending forum. And I thought, because you said some words that clicked with me, and so and then I thought I got a business card. Okay, I just had a false memory.
She was like commercial break. Liquid Ninja.
I off my spirit. Never mind, because I thought
like weed. I'm like, what is it?
I thought we became best friends.
That you were gonna say that it was like some bartending society or something. I was like, do they have tastings?
Well, she doesn't know about it.
I want to go to whatever events they have going.
It's not her, so now I can't talk. I can't disclose. It's not even a thing now. Don't worry.
Damn. Okay, on the camera, we'll talk about it.
Okay, let's go. Shit of the week. Did you come up with anything?
Not personally, but what I was thinking about is like the whole Lizzo thing. Have you guys?
Which part?
The whole about her body being out there.
And the Jillian Michaels?
Yeah.
I heard that this morning.
Her saying like she's unhealthy.
Yeah, Jillian Michaels is a
y'all know who she is, but what she say?
She was saying basically we shouldn't be celebrating somebody that's
fat?
Fat, pretty much. And my thing is
like, bitch, this is not your conversation.
It's
right. First of all,
go somewhere else.
Not.
This is not for you.
It's not, because she is a different body. So looking at her, I look at myself. You know what I mean? That's someone you can connect with. I'm like, I don't really connect with someone who's been at the gym, even though Jillian's supposed to have been overweight before.
Yeah, that's her story.
That's the story.
I've never seen it.
No, that's her whole thing with The Biggest Loser and all that. But this is my thing. It's like, who are you to tell anybody who we should be celebrating?
Yeah.
You don't have to celebrate Lizzo.
Right.
Don't tell nobody else that this is wrong for society to celebrate anybody, like, period. Like, this is not your place. If you don't like it, then just shut up.
Lizzo did say something about like keeping her pussy in the mouth.
Yeah. She said something.
Yeah. Something like that. She was like, if you talking about me, then my pussy's in your mouth. Okay, I'm not talking about me. Like, I'm good.
I'm just annoyed with her, like, like, why of all the people out there?
What did it start from? Why did, because I did hear it this morning,
but
I
think everybody lost their mind.
No, but why did Jillian Michaels comment?
Because she wanted to get some relevancy.
She was
deaded. It was deaded. Like, this shit was like,
because she trying to get some kind of spotlight or
right,
some
is her show still on? Is it canceled?
That's what I was like. What?
I think she got an app now.
She got it.
I think she got an app.
She got a new
I know women's health. You have like Ashley Graham, who happens to be a white woman that is also big, and you never made a comment about her.
Ashley Graham, who was that?
She's a model.
She's a
curvaceous model. And so the thing about Lizzo, because Ashley Graham is a plus size model or whatever. She's very curvaceous, right? And so like she still has a waist. she's big, but she still has a waist.
Yeah.
Lizzo is more like, I guess, round in shape.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I have very opinions about the argument, because while I do understand, like, hey, obesity is a real thing, you gotta take care of yourself, it's also a thing where, like, when people start calling her ugly and all this shit, like,
oh my God,
this is your preference, like, you just don't like her.
I'm gonna tell you. It's one side of you that's like, hey, whatever, that it's her body, and then it's the other side that's, I don't really give a fuck what Lizzo does. Lizzo wants to do whatever she wants to do, and that's how she.
That's not good about all celebrity shit, though. Like, way too big of an emotional investment.
The Bootsy and the Kappa shirts.
That was okay.
Like,
so I had like 3 different shits of the week. That was also on the list.
Why do you care? Why do you care?
You know what I want? I want Bootsy to go to another event and make a shirt, and then go to another event with Sigma shirt.
I think Bootsy
I want to wear all the colors of every fraternity.
His response was he gave no fucks. I just feel like if you don't give no fucks, why the rest of them?
And I'm like, why are y'all losing y'all fucking mind? Like, and then are y'all bloodied up? Like, what's happening? What y'all about to do from here?
Somebody sold him the shirt.
They did.
The boy walked in and bought that shirt.
In Atlanta, you can go into the stores and purchase all.
You can get whatever you want to get. He bought the shirt. He wore it, and he don't care.
He can make a Cosby sweater out of all the little, just wear everything together.
Yeah, I mean, like, really? I think that's crazy.
All right, Kelly, to you, shit of the week.
Shit of the week for me. It's the beginning of the year. I know that we're going into this discussion, but
segue.
Yeah, basically. I was really like, I had not gotten set for the year or anything, and everybody else in the world is like, as we get towards the end of Christmas, is like pushing the whole like
New Year's
resolutions and shit like that, and I wasn't feeling it. 2019 for me was just me shaking off a lot of the stress and anxiety that had built up on me, like literally diagnosed anxiety, severe anxiety, and I was succumbing to that pressure. All the entrepreneurs I follow and people in my networks and stuff like that, like, pushing that, and then also somewhat pushing like all this mental health stuff, right? Which is great, and I'm all for it. I am diagnosed ADD and diagnosed high anxiety, but just trying to do all of those things that everybody's talking about with anxiety and depression and all of these mental health things was stressing me the fuck out. Just trying to like really like, oh, well, what are you gonna do about that this year? And what are you gonna do? Or have you planned out your shit? And are you doing blah blah blah? And this past week was like the most blissful week, because I was like, it's the first week of the year and I give no fucks about that.
Right.
Like, and that allowed me to really start planning without feeling like I had to like, achieve my whole plan for everything, like do all this stuff and be this big old boss and boss women do this and boss like boss women, boss game, be excellent, rise to your excellence, all that Black queen. Yeah, it was just so much, and I was just like, yeah, I don't care, and that is what allowed me to like glide into this year in like the most like the least stressed that I've been in a long time.
I just made a post kind of tapping into that, and I was like, because I realized, as everybody's saying, 2020 is the year of clarity. It's our year.
2020 vision.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's right there. Everybody's saying that, and I was like, I believe when 2016 was turning into 2017, that was my year. And when 17 was to 18, that was my year. Always. 19 was my year.
Yes.
20, my year. So I'm like, fuck all that. I don't know when anything pops off for me, good or bad. And so I'm like, I could spend the first quarter of the year sad as fuck or triumphant as fuck, and then I can get in a devastating car crash or whatever. Like, so it's time is relative.
You can't control all these other elements around you, and that can affect how you.
And time is relative, and so having no set plan come January 1st has nothing to do with the rest of your year. Right. If you don't get your vision board together until March 19th, that's when you're gonna fucking start. Yes. You're gonna start March 19th, and maybe you get the shit to all come together June of 2022. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yes, I'm still playing.
Right, and so then if you didn't hit the gym, and first of all, the fucking people in the gym come January 1st is annoying as fuck.
That's why. Okay,
okay, I'm sorry.
Great segue.
I'm sorry.
To you know,
pass me the rock.
What the topic is, and you know, so what I kind of came up with is just real life goals versus bullshit goals. And Kelly, what you were talking about is what is called process goals, and it's making the right steps towards the bigger goal. So most people, they come around the new year, like you say, oh, I want to lose weight, I want to stop smoking, I want to stop procrastinating, I want to, you know, all the top 10 things that, you know, people, but instead of saying, okay, sure, you want to stop smoking, reduce yourself to, let's go with 1 pack a week, stop smoking 2 packs a day. So that's like the process of getting to the big goal. And that's why the goals fucking fail, because they're non-realistic. Who the fuck you are anyway. Right. You're a smoker. So it's like, stop trying to act like you're not going to have 2 packs a day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Stop trying to act like you're only going to do asparagus and and you're not taking anything else into your body. All of a sudden you've been smoking and doing
baby steps. If you want to lose weight, start out with, you know, just tweaking little things in your diet. Tweaking, if you don't even exercise at all, try to just be like, hey, I'm going to exercise once a week. Don't be like, oh, let me go get this gym membership on the 1st.
Oh my God. That you know you're going to be mad because you got to pay this time and you ain't going.
You buy organic grub, you bought $300 worth of
We about to throw all that away next week.
Exactly.
Like, for real.
It's like, so I looked up the 3 types of goals. So there's outcome goals, process goals, and performance goals. So, like I said, the process goals are the goals that you're taking in the baby steps. And, you know, that's what I like to do just all year. I'm constantly writing shit down. Constantly lists. How do I get to the next step? Yeah. I was talking with these people yesterday, and we were, you know, I was doing this podcast yesterday, and they kind of like, you know, they weren't getting on me, but it was like a 3 against 1 for me about me having a list of what I want in a man. And just me having my list, period. And I'm like, nigga, I make lists.
What was the counter?
Okay, I write all my shit down specifically.
What was the counter to?
Was it that it was too many things?
No, I told them I don't give a fuck. I don't know what they were saying. They were saying you're gonna miss out on stuff if you stick by this list.
That's my shit of the week next time I come here, because I don't like that.
I wasn't saying I have a problem with that. To the list.
I get to have what the fuck I want to have in life. Period. I don't like when people are like, oh, but if you I just
like everybody is an individual, and that's what makes the world go around. Like, some people's list might be a little more loose. Some people might not have a list, and that's okay. Like, whatever you want is what. If you don't know what you want, then how are you gonna recognize it when it hits you? Like, or when it comes your way? Like, if you have a list, go with that list.
So. Noemi. Yes. Okay, do you make New Year's resolutions, or do you make, like, how do you process goals? Like, how does all that?
So I changed that. So I was that person, New Year, like, I'm going to wake up from one day to another.
Right.
Like, ooh, I'm brand new. No, the same person I was just a few hours ago. That
clock just dropped. She like,
11:59.
I'm anointed. I feel it. Y'all feel it. Do you see it on me?
It's such bullshit.
It is.
Great. I don't know what it is.
Like, whoever even come up with this calendar? It could have been something totally different. Why is it this one day?
And people argue that it's not that because they're like, Deci means 10, and so December.
But it's 10 by our count. Who came up with? Who decided all of a sudden to make the calendar? Like, it really the first day was not the day.
Wasn't it like the Mayans or whatever?
Yeah, but they weren't the first.
They were the first.
Right.
Like nobody has the calendar from the very first day.
Right, or what it even looked like then. Because I'm sure just like the little game where you tell a secret, and goes around.
Telephone game.
So by the time that calendar made it to when I was up before,
everybody talking about, bitch, Monday was supposed to be the 5th day.
We had 10 days a week. Okay, each week was 10 days.
But
So a year is 30 days.
So what I do now is, so I do have a vision board. But I did it before even the new year started.
Right.
I kind of just I already had one. There was a few things I just adjusted, and I just went and printed out what I wanted and just put it up there.
Okay.
And then you have to also plan the attack for it. It's great to have pictures on the board, but how you going to accomplish that?
Right.
Shit?
Yeah.
And I think people get stuck on doing the pretty vision board versus
Yeah.
how you're going to attack the goal.
Exactly. That's why I like to take the vision boards are cool. I like to do it because it's like, an activity with the kids and stuff like that. But for me, I am just more of like, no nonsense. Take that frou shit out of there. And I just need to write like you said, write some shit, print it out.
Some shit.
Like, and just put it down, and then holding yourself accountable, knowing yourself, because that's where this unrealistic shit comes involved. Anyway,
you gotta be real with yourself.
You have to be real with yourself with these goals.
Because I have weight loss on there, so I started weight loss. I lost 15 pounds.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. But be realistic as, I can do, what am I doing? So the holidays, when I started losing weight, the holidays are here. So I was like, I'm gonna eat.
Hello?
Thank you.
Exactly. I'm going to eat.
I'm going to eat. And I have to be okay with that and kind of just like, you know what? It is what it is. Yeah. I can eat, but not maybe over binge.
Right.
Have a plate. Maybe not 4 plates. Stuff like that.
See, I didn't even do that to myself.
3.
I didn't even do that to myself. I'm like, look, I'm going to eat. And I don't remember when I made the resolution. It definitely wasn't a New Year's thing, going into 2019 or whatever. I was like, all right, so my goal is just to not be, a glutton or whatever. Like, I'm just going to try to live a healthier lifestyle and, consume more vegetables and da-da-da-da.
Right.
But, like, I'm not, if when a barbecue or a cookout comes out, I'm not gonna look at this brisket and be like, no, can I just have a banana?
Right.
Coming on
I'm gonna get a brisket and I'm gonna get some take home plates and I'm gonna fuck it up.
Exactly.
And then I'll resume. Then when I decide when that's over, I'm like, all right, you did a lot of shit. Go ahead and maybe jog a little bit and get you a salad. Don't parlay that into you getting all these chicken sandwiches and now you need to eat a salad. But I was like, I stopped the whole, no, I'm not going to eat. I'm just going to be here in this atmosphere and not indulge.
I'm going to tell you, like I'm going to be real legit about the problem that I'm having right now, and I'm really trying to fix it. And so it's not necessarily a goal, but it's just it's cheese, man. Like it's becoming like I know because it's like my face is breaking out.
But
like it's becoming a real
it's the
problem.
sacrifices you gotta
make.
I'm an enabler.
Not when it's affecting my body.
It cannot be.
I'm an enabler. Cheese is delicious.
You cannot. There is no substitute for cheese. That's the other thing. There is no substitute.
Man, I tried to fuck up these vegan nachos.
Man, it is not the same.
It's not the same.
Look, and you know what? I could still deal with some vegan nachos. But when we start talking about like a cheese bowl, I want real cheese.
I
you can't give me.
I hate it all.
I can't do it. I can't. It's like I need real cheese. You can't give me. Last night I just had the best night at this wine bar and the cheese on that board.
What? I know you told me about this. What kind of cheese?
There was one. Okay, I love truffle. So one cheese was a truffle cheese. There was another soft cheese that was like some European cheddar, but it wasn't like yellow cheddar. It didn't taste like that. And then there was another one that was a hard cheese. They were just the most flavorful,
most foreign
gourmet cheeses and
processed from the list of cow.
Y'all goat and cow. Okay, it was some goat cheese. It was all, but you can't substitute that. And so I this is what I did, because I am changing, or I have kind of switched over in my diet. And for about a year and a half, I was doing just a pescatarian diet, but it was
I want to get on that so bad.
Seafood, just because I can't give that up. And everything else was plant-based. I went through the holidays with that. 1 year.
Where you didn't eat nothing?
No, I ate stuff, but everything was. I didn't eat anything. Like, I didn't have the turkey.
Okay.
I didn't have anything that. I didn't even have like the mac and cheese that year.
Okay.
That was 1 year that I didn't do that, and I decided, like, kind of like what you're saying, like, I love food. That's part of my journey into this year.
Eating is fun.
It's what I love it. I'm all about food. So I'm like, am I gonna like deprive myself completely? No. I am going to live a healthier lifestyle. I am probably gonna go back to that way of eating somewhat, but I love cheese. I love eggs. I love what egg whites do to certain drinks that I like. You know, in particular,
my favorite breakfast is egg white and avocado.
I love
that.
Eggs
I
of
love that.
all kinds.
Eggs of all kinds.
I want eggs and
I want a runny egg to spill on top of my avocado toast.
I want it on my toast everywhere.
Y'all
and I want to slap that thing up. So I love eggs and I love cheese. I'm not going to deprive myself of it. I'm not going to indulge like I have in the past with it all the time. But I am going to give myself room to enjoy. Like, I'm going to have lamb. Okay? I am doing seafood, but I'm going to have
just a meat.
No, I'm just saying. I'm going to do a seafood thing. I'm just saying, I do love a good medium steak. I do love lamb. I'm not gonna cut red meat out completely.
Right.
I'm just not going to eat it every day. It's not gonna be a part of my diet regularly. But when I want to eat it, or when there's a special moment, or I go somewhere and it is exquisite, I am going to have that shit. I'm not gonna deprive myself of great food moments.
Let me explain something. So this is me. I am. Everything you just said 100%. I'm like, there's really not a food that I do not like. But the problem for me is that I have this other side of me that is obsessed with working out, obsessed with, like, I have some weird, crazy thing going on with my body that it's in my brain and just has always been there. My mom was a big woman, so it's just, I can't turn it off. So it's like, for me, I just have like these fitness goals that I'm trying to achieve this year, but then I'm also torn with just being happy and just, who gives
wait. I want you to pause. Because you said you are also torn with just being happy.
And eating.
Okay, wait. So if those things are on the other end of the spectrum, like if you equate being happy, and that is okay, because that makes sense. I mean, these are things that you enjoy. Is there not like...
But working out makes me... But loving how I look in the mirror makes me happy,
but
too. But
you don't have to be... Like, we don't have to indulge in everything that we want every day or all the time. Mm-hmm. So why not... Like, when you are... Like, maybe you don't indulge in just, like, some straight up, like, all right, I'm just eating a Kraft single or some shit. Okay? You love cheese.
Never open package.
I feel that I'm wrong. She said to you, I am wrong. First of all, take that shit back.
We didn't rub on Kraft singles. We rub on sharp cheddar. Chopped that hard ass shit.
She had the point that she was wrong. I know. Like, wait a minute.
But I'm just
Don't
saying,
get me
in general, I'm saying, look, maybe you don't have to indulge in a sharp cheddar. That's a regular.
I'm just on a fork and just
you don't need that. But if you get an opportunity to have a great cheese experience.
Oh, I ain't turning the shit down.
Okay.
Listen,
so what's the battle?
The battle, because I just...
You don't have to,
my brain.
Don't be extreme.
Can we talk about balance and pressure?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So starting with
that
pressure.
Sounds like really good sexual things that you should have.
Because it's everything.
Yes.
It's everything. It's all encompassing, right? And so, but talking about with goals, right? When we're talking about the pressure, so basically, unadmittedly, we're all trying to keep up with the Joneses because we're like, okay, because I even said it to you. I was afraid to reach out to Kelly because I was like, no, she got her shit together. She not gonna fuck with me. I'm over here.
Kelly,
I'm over here bullshit. Now I don't have it. You know, my ducks aren't in a row. I can't go talking to Kelly and my ducks aren't in a row. You know, that's how. And then I sent an email. You know, I make a joke on Facebook or something, and she was like, "Girl, let's link up." It's not that. And so, but we all that to say that we put this idea in our head, and we flare up our anxiety, and we're like, nah. If I go vegan, I gotta go motherfucking vegan.
I say I start smoking, nigga, I just smoked 10 packs on the motherfucking countdown.
But it don't matter.
At 12 a.m.
I always think we have to go to this.
We gotta go to all the way extreme.
Like no in between.
I don't even say, because I made a joke before the show started about, you know, not fucking with Leroy no more, right? I don't like Leroy. That's just a hypothetical. That sounds like a fuck ass name.
I know.
Leroy.
Shout out Leroy.
That could be the name of the show.
Even when it comes to a breakup, I've learned to not try to make myself be healed from that. I've learned to say, like, no, he is no good for me. I acknowledge that. I still want his sorry ass. Like, this nigga, I spent this much money on him. I gave him this many chances. He cheated on me X amount of times, and if this nigga called me, I'm gonna pick up the phone. That's where I'm at with it, right?
This is the way I feel about that.
Right the fuck now. You gotta be willing to say that because it's honest.
Yes.
It's honest because you being like, bitch, you not gonna cry. Why you crying in the mirror? Fuck you.
Being realistic about yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you gotta relieve yourself.
Self-acceptance.
If I could tell anybody anything, relieve yourself of the pressure. Like, don't lie to yourself because you're not doing it for anybody anyway. Nobody is good at this shit. Nobody is good at this shit.
Nobody.
If you are crying over the guy that you've been with for 10, it's because you've been with him for 10 years.
Like,
you should be sad about that shit.
Every time we get together as a family, there's so many women in our family. And this is always, to me, this is where I always come to, because we'll have a conversation and it could be about a woman or something. We're like, we get extra loud, as you know, we do.
Right.
And so we'll be like, no, she's stupid, this, and I'm like, I know all of y'all.
I know.
I say this every time. I be like, you need something stupid. I need something stupid. We all talk to the same kind of nigga before.
Exactly.
Okay? So I'll tell y'all this story. So my work schedule changed or whatever, and I'm not able to go to my little workout class after, in the evenings anymore because I don't get off till 7 now. So I've been getting up. I'm up early every morning anyways. Just my body gets up at 5 o'clock. It's just what it is. So it's not shit for me to be up. So I switched my class to 6 in the morning. So I've literally, this is my first week like this. So I've gotten up every single day this morning, except for today because there's no early class on Fridays. So Monday through Thursday, I got up every single day. But let me tell you, this entire day, I've had a bad food day. And when I call it bad food day, but it's not that it's not anything that I gave a fuck about though. Let's be clear. I didn't have dinner. I think this was last night. I got off work. It was 7 o'clock. Came home. I'm not sure. I'm driving home. Oh, I did the podcast last night. That's why I was getting home so late. I was like, why did I get home so late? So got off work, did the podcast. I didn't have dinner. I was fucking starving. And by now it's like 10 something. But in my mind, I'm like, you have to stop doing this. You've worked out all these 4 days. It really doesn't, all you did all week was just cancel your workouts out. Because I ate bad kind of pretty much all week. But I was fucking hungry. And I went and got me some motherfucking Whataburger. And I had me a grilled chicken sandwich. I got the grilled chicken. And I ate my fries. And that shit was good. I ate that shit and went straight to bed. And gave no fucks. Had me a Sprite. And, but look, that is a step for me. Because that was really hard for me to it wasn't hard for me to make the decision because I'm hungry and I want the food, but for me not to feel guilty and beat myself up and just really go through some weird psychological bullshit with myself, just eating Whataburger at 10 o'clock at night and then going to bed, that's
why it's so good for all of us to be honest with each other.
Yeah. And my therapist, or one of my therapists, the first therapist that I saw, who was not probably my greatest therapist. The one thing I took away from
Listen,
her,
I've gone through a couple.
I mean, that's therapy.
You gotta find
one.
You gotta find the right one.
This chick, one thing that I did take away that she really showed me was that, like, I'm so hard on myself all the time, like 24/7. And so she would have me, or she just asked me one time, like, all right, everything that you just said, you just really, like, went in on yourself. Like, if your friend was telling you this about herself, or if somebody else was saying this about your best friend, what would you say? And I was like, thinking about it, I'm like, are we talking about my best friend? Like, no. Or if my friend was saying this, I'm gonna tell her, like, girl, be easy on yourself. So as you're saying that, I was thinking the same thing, like, girl, like,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
all right. Like,
I know, but you know me in my mind, I was like driving, like,
I know,
home, bitch.
but what the point
is, drink some water.
But the point is, like, why are we talking to our? We know we would tell our best friend, like, girl. So we have to treat ourselves the same way. Like, we are our best friend. And we can't, like, talk shit about ourselves. Like, don't talk shit about Kelly. Kelly the shit. Like, girl, give yourself a fucking break. Like, you good. Or, girl, you cute. You ain't gotta do that. You know, whatever.
You say that because it came from the process for me was, like, growing up, like, culturally, if you gained a little weight, the family member will make a comment.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, you
definitely.
gained a little weight. You shouldn't be eating that extra. And you understand when you start getting older, you start saying that to yourself.
Yes.
Mentally,
As soon as you walk in the door.
And it's that voice from whoever told you that.
Yes.
Then now it's in your mind. And so something that helped me, because I did therapy and I still continue to do it, was recording love letters to myself.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I feel that.
Like on my phone, I record and I speak to myself.
That is so much better than writing down some affirmations or something like that. I never even thought about that because you're hearing your own voice.
Reprocess
say it.
Yeah.
Yes. And talking to yourself with kind words or something like you're saying. I would be mad. Why is you talking like that? You're dope. You know, as a friend. You know, and so for myself, it's like you need to be that kind, and you can be kind with everybody else.
Be kind to yourself.
Exactly.
That's what she would say. Be
Yes.
kind to yourself. Like, stop being so mean to yourself. Like, why are you talking to your girl? I'm my girl. Why am I talking to my girl like that?
That's a beautiful thing. And I want to say a lot of what we're talking about too is just because a lot of the goals that you are trying to make or want to make and then you don't succeed at is gonna, the reason why is because it's all coming from within anyway.
It is.
Yes.
So, you know, the healing of yourself and all of that helps along with, you know, some of these realistic goals that turn into bullshit goals.
Yes.
You know, maybe you can, you know, complete that weight loss or really start that, you know, situation in the new year because you have worked on yourself and you're not just like at midnight, oh, I'm gonna do this shit. You know, it's like, it's not fucking realistic. It's just not.
It's like we was talking in the beginning before we started recording and you said you had dreams.
Yeah.
And as children, you could be anything. Nobody's telling you you can't be anything.
I
could be an astronaut. I could be all kinds of wild shit. Oh, yes, maybe, whatever. And then you become an adult. Like, that's not practical anymore.
I know the turning point for me with that. I know the
It's because people shit on their dreams though.
They
Because
do.
people start suppressing all of that enthusiasm.
This
optimism
shit I'm
that you
doing
have.
right now is just like, I mean, I can't really.
It's why it's challenging to go for yours. And to your point of people kind of conditioning you to internalize all of this negativity or to ingest this negativity that you then eventually just start just repeating to yourself, right?
Yeah.
That I was saying, like, we have to be, we have to be better about being honest with one another and not just giving positive feedback or saying, giving positive affirmations, but to say, hey, like, I don't like what you did for me. Like, hey, this ain't what you think it is over here. And so, because we look at somebody, because I remember you, when we were working together, I'm like, she out here eating collard greens. I'm eating hot wings. I don't want to stop eating these hot wings. I do feel like she really just, the last 2 times now, like, we don't have a schedule that dictates that I see her every day. But in my mind, every time I see her, she's eating greens. Yeah. And so I'm making I'm making that be every day. Yes. I know I only see her on Tuesdays and Sundays, but in my mind, 7 days a week.
Because you weren't there for Whataburger.
Right. I'm saying 7 days a week. I'm like, she eating collard greens and a shake. That's all she had. What she eating? I'm doing my room, whatever. That's it. Damn, pictures in Miami. Damn. I'm still eating hot wings. I order some more while I'm looking at her pictures in Miami. She looking good, and I'm like, sure, you got to do better. You just start beating yourself up.
That's why it's important for us to have these.
It is, and you just start beating yourself up. But like y'all are saying, I don't know about the Whataburgers. I'm not going home with her. I'm not there the other days that I don't work with her, and we don't see the people. Yeah, you see them with their shakes and they do whatever, but you don't see them when
the struggle.
You don't see them on cheat days. Nobody posts cheat days.
That's why I don't post like. I post my shit. Sometimes you see me working out or whatever, but nigga, I work out every day.
Then take that fanny pack picture down. You're not trying to shit on me.
No, I'm not posting that on at the gym every day.
I am not posting. I don't post the stuff that like. This is why I say everybody is different because I don't have the time. Not just that I don't have the time. I don't want to. I'm not gonna. I'm not taking time to post like stuff that is like
doesn't
no. Yeah. I'm totally opposite. That's why when people will be like, I just looked at a post. I was looking for your address actually, but I looked at a post. I mean, not a post, a text that you sent me. It's like, what's popping on such and such night? And I was like, girl, I don't know. I just I eat. I like to eat. So I go to restaurants and bars. I like to eat and drink. And so she's like, girl, like it was kind of like, you be going out. And I'm like, I do, but I think a lot of times people will think like, oh, you go to this and this place. And I'm like, I don't have no reason to post when I'm sitting at home in my fuzzies on the couch with my dog. Like I'm never sitting up like, let me share this with the world.
Right.
I'm
with the world
coming down.
That's actually your real
Netflixing and I'm like chilling. So when I'm out, if I post, it's because I'm celebrating a moment. Exactly. So then it might look like very celebratory or like everything's happy, but that's why, because I'm sharing positive shit or something that I love. I'm not sharing my saddest moment because I'm really for real sad. I ain't got time to sit up and take a picture and show you how sad I am. You know
the post with the tear coming.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'm like,
you gotta get them index cards out.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
with the sad music.
With the music. Learn this story about this touching moment.
Okay.
You know, it's interesting. There's this girl I follow, and I had to unfollow her because she was always on her stories, and everything was just like, she was crying all the time. And I noticed how that was affecting me. I was like, that shit affects you.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, everything.
But I've done a clean sweep on some people before to where, like, just listen. The Facebook for me is about jokes. I only want to see just jokes and craziness all the time. Like, I don't want to, all the people that was telling me about their business all the time.
Oh my God.
And it's like, flat tire in the morning. Oh, God don't love me. It's always wrong. It's a negative day. Fuck this world. I don't want that.
He broke up with you and was over
with me.
I'm saying you didn't even change your religion. God was like, I can't even do that.
I can't do hater posts. Okay, I have a thing right now. It's like because of my anxiety, which I would say I have like a real, for real Trump onset anxiety thing. Like it was some other stuff going on for sure, but that really started messing me up. And I was watching like political shit all the time, so I had to remove some of that. But
that's how I was with the black men police brutality.
Okay, that's
I can't watch that.
But that was all together. All of it was like social justice, all this shit. Mm-hmm. Okay, but then like I didn't even realize how much negative speak is what I call it was like really affecting me. Like people constantly speaking in negatives, like trying to be positive. Like a lot of people will post some quote or some meme or something like that that's like, don't do this, or the people that are the closest to you don't really love you if they ain't standing up for you. Like that kind of
all
shit.
Crazy memes.
I can't look at that kind of shit all freaking day. It really is like sending you this message that like you can't trust anybody. And I don't live like that. Like if any of my friends out there don't really fucking give a shit about me, I don't know. And so we cool. Okay. And I don't have people in my circle. And maybe that's why I ain't come up or something, because I ain't got enough haters or something. But I don't know who don't like me. And so I don't spend my energy on that. But when I'm like scrolling and everything I'm seeing, like people are just like, they're trying to really uplift people. I think their intention sometimes is good. But when all your phrases are like, oh, this person ain't really your friend, or you can't take people with you.
Right. I feel like there's this realness competition happening secretly. Oh, right? And so somebody's like, I gotta be more, no, I'm the most 100 than ever 100. I ain't got no friends. I mean, I know what I'm saying. Right. So I feel like that's what it is. It's like, I realize that, you know, that I gotta keep my circle tight, you know. The only day ones. And then it's somebody right next to it. Shit, I cancel my day one. You know, I cancel my goddamn self.
Your family. Everybody ain't your family. You ain't got to take family on.
You gotta see.
She talking about wanting to get
like, you know, it's like, it's so then it's like, man, only God can't even judge me.
I know.
It's like, it's not that, like, it's okay.
Oh my God.
So I get it. You live it. Your point is, you're living your life. And can't nobody
keep it light.
Keep it right there. Well, how they get so, like, hard in the chest? Like,
so heavy.
Okay, but how about people having relationships on social media and post it everywhere and then they break up?
This shit makes me sick.
But listen, but you know what? Here's the thing. And if I haven't invested in your relationship, now I want to be. I want to know everything. So I'm going to your page individually, and I want to see how.
I am a victim in this. I would say, I don't even know if I would call it a victim. I would say this. When I was in my last relationship, I was at my happiest. And I do recall I had a good friend that was in a relationship too. Like, and our boyfriends were friends, and me and her were really good friends. And a lot of the conversation that we had was like, well, girl, I don't post this kind of shit, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I was so happy. I wanted to scream it from the mountaintops. And this was a part of my acceptance. Like, I remember getting to a point in that relationship where I was kind of like scared, like, what if this shit, and it was like, look, this is where I'm at. I can't help I'm fucking gushing. You know, like, I can't help I'm just that motherfucking happy. Like, and I was doing all these things and going through this thing that I needed to go through. Like, I needed to experience that kind of love or that kind of like love affair in life, you know? And when it was over, for a second, I did consider that. Like, damn, this shit is done. And people gonna be like, and to this day, this has been years ago. And people like, I thought you got married, girl, right? Or y'all was still, and blah, blah. And it's like,
because you put it all
but
out
I don't give a shit.
Right.
Because that was like part of my life.
Exactly.
And it was like for
and
real.
That's fine.
But if somebody asks, I also do agree. Like what we said, like we do need to have these dialogues. Like we do need to have these conversations, especially I think with women about these things. And I don't have a problem sharing or saying like, man, I thought this was it.
I thought it was it.
No, everybody around me, everybody in my mom, like
we did.
all of it. Yeah,
we don't gotta go back.
No, but we do.
No, but we did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and that's okay because that's fucking real.
Yeah, that's real.
See, I want to say
share those things.
What I don't like about Facebook, what about social media relationships is don't make it seem that it's more than what it is. And so I hate when I know.
Don't be posting and he really beating your
ass.
I know that was extreme.
I know, but really though, I hate when I know like, okay, he just, like you just found out he cheated.
Yeah.
And so,
and then you like,
I see that you got you a new tennis
thicker than
bracelet.
blood. Me and my man to the top. Because he confessed.
Right.
And
like,
now
I
you
hate
stronger.
that. Like you, and there's nothing, if y'all are on some makeup shit now, you work through it, that's great, but don't hold yourself out here. And like that goes to any of these topics, from health to your spirituality or whatever. Like, spirituality is another thing.
Yes.
My journey because I do believe in God, right? My journey to get there was very dark. Okay, I went through a lot of stuff. I went through when my mother died, I went through a whole phase that lasted a very long time where I was literally like, man, fuck God. Like, I was like, I wasn't afraid to say it. You know, it got very ugly, you know, and I'm being a little sharper with people and you know, all of that.
But that's a human experience.
And so I don't leave that part out of when I'm explaining my spiritual journey. It's not, but I feel like you have a lot of people that are just like, no, you know, I'm just a believer, and you have to go out here believing and this, and they get this completely false.
I just decided this, and I was good like that, and I just know, man.
And so when it comes to relationships, if you truly are like, y'all see Roger and I on Facebook every once in a while, and thank you. And so that's like what you were saying. I am 10 years off of a relationship. Both of us 10 years spending in a relationship with an absolute wrong person for us, right? We found each other, and so we decided just to embrace it. Like, I don't know where this is going to take us. Maybe this crashes and burns.
But
2 years, 20 years, but right now,
the only way that it'll work is if the two people, you have to do that.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
So that's
so
what I used to say. The same thing when I was talking with that one friend. I was just like, but like, you could either try to like act like that's not going on and stifle it, which
and that's all you're gonna do,
feel
you don't want to do that.
Yeah, and if you are happy and you want to express that, then do it, and it whatever happens. And
you can't you can't worry about the appearances because it's all real. So instead of acting like you've never gone through a breakup before, you've never been stuck on somebody, you've never chosen the wrong person. If you are happy in this relationship, express your happiness however you feel the need to express it. And if it ends, be like, hey, nigga, okay, I'm not the first motherfucker.
Because
that's
your happiness. It's not your happiness just as a couple. It's your happiness as an individual. And that's like, if you want to celebrate that, if you are at your happiest, fucking share that.
And in the mindset that you're in.
Because she's married. How long have you been married?
So Sunday's gonna be 9 years.
Oh, congratulations!
Is that how long y'all been together?
No, 11.
11 years. Okay.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
And so, do you feel like at what point was this like and it's gonna be forever? Or?
I'm gonna tell you, I never wanted to get married.
Okay.
I was that girl that I've always been a hustler. I took taking care of myself, and so marriage for me, I just never even imagined that.
Do you have any children?
No.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like, it was very not of me to do that. And so, but I met somebody to change my mind.
Yeah.
So, life happens when you meet somebody where you don't think. I was real like, almost like a guy in that sense. Like, I meet you. If I want to mess with you, I mess with you. If not, whatever.
Right.
That type of girl. And when I met my husband, he was different in a lot of different ways. Our conversations, we have a lot in common. I actually liked him, and that matters. Because you can love somebody and not like him.
And not like him, exactly.
I don't want you around, because that happens in a relationship. Like, I can't stand your ass.
Right.
Breathing. Like,
because that love and lust shit.
Yeah, and he was very romantic, courting me, and it wasn't even 2 years. We just went to Vegas and got married.
Dope.
Yeah. See, I love that shit.
I didn't even want a wedding. Like, I didn't want a wedding dress. I didn't want to do none of that shit. It was like so out of like, we're just gonna get married. Two adults making decisions. Right. We're gonna go do this, and it's crazy. Like, my friends, some people like that we knew got upset. Yeah. That we were doing
because
that.
You didn't get away.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like people try to make your shit be about
your shit.
Yeah. I know. And that's what I feel like about social media. We're trying to make your shit be somebody else's shit. Like, so
technically, like you said, two adults making decisions
for their life.
That seems to me like the healthiest way to go into it.
Yeah.
It's like, because people don't realize that this is not just like, oh, I like you and we cool and we da da da. It's like, no, like I'm deciding to. Let's just like you understand, like in business we all do. Like, that's a decision that you're
Huge
making.
Decision.
And it's the same thing except even more, but like y'all are deciding to like join together and live this thing out and do all of these things that are going to affect your future and his future. And it's like, yeah, you can't do that and then be trying to be caught up with what everybody else thinks or what other people want you to do and that kind of stuff. It's like, that seems like the worst footing. Like,
it is. And as I've gotten older, I've gotten more comfortable with my own skin and just living my own truth.
Right.
And not giving a fuck about anybody.
Right.
And I tell you, the type of freedom that brings.
Girl.
Yes.
I can't even explain. And it's like, I'm 39. So it's just like in my 30s, I found myself.
I was just about to say, that's the best part of being in your 30s.
We're 37. So
I'll be 38 next week.
Oh, yeah.
birthday.
I can't believe that.
You will be 38. Oh my God. We'll both be 38 this year.
I know.
But you come first.
But something about your 30s as a woman, I wish I knew in my 20s.
Man, so much. It's everything.
So much. It's
It's literally
No,
everything.
It is. And then it's like every year that you're here, it just gets better.
It does.
I feel like such a late bloomer.
I
literally at my birthday gathering last year, I said like last year was my first year that I was like, nah, I for real feel grown. This is the only year that I could be like, somebody's like, oh, do you feel different? And I was like, nah. Every year I'd be like, man, I still ain't got my shit together. I still feel like 18. Like I'm still just like swimming in. Like,
well, for me, there's things, of course, that I feel like the path I should be on or whatever I feel like I should be doing. But nigga, I've been adulting for too damn long.
I haven't.
So for me,
I haven't been responsible
right.
about my shit.
So for me, mine is more like that part. I'm past. You know what you're saying. That's been past because I got a whole damn 15-year-old upstairs. So mine is more like just really knowing who you are, making decisions, and not being. It's no apologetic bone in. I don't want to say it's no apologetic bone in my body, but
you do
it's like I do not give a fuck. Wherever I don't want to go, I don't go. Whatever decision I don't want to make, I don't want to make. And the shit is just getting more precise and on point.
I can see that in you for sure. Like, and I've been total opposite for a long time. My biggest struggle has been trying to please people. Always. I work in PR. That's what I've been doing forever. And that job is constantly pleasing clients, making things presentable to everyone else so that I'm not affecting my clients. Always saying the right things, always being friendly, always liking people, even though, like you said, I don't rarely like people.
Exactly.
You understand?
But don't really
my
like
job
people.
is to relate to the public.
Exactly.
So that's
you're
what I've
amazing
always
at it.
done. Yeah, but it at a consequence to myself until last year. This last year, for me, adulting has not just been like paying bills and shit like that. I've been doing that. I've always been very independent. But like for me, it has been like I said then, like not faking orgasms. Not
we need to talk about that.
Okay. Like not showing up as who I feel like people expect me to show up, but showing up as myself. And being cool with that. Liking that. And not giving a fuck whether somebody else like it or not.
Thank you.
It has been not smiling or giving you the conversation, hey, I might be depressed this day.
Not putting motherfucking LOL at the end of my goddamn
wait. Not smiling when a nigga be like, hey, why you look so mad? Smile. I'm not in smile mood today. I'm smiling.
I started putting HA at the end of stuff because like if I'm not laughing out loud, I'm like, I took it back to my AIM days when we was like, I took it back there, and I really will count out the highs. Like, how many times did I do it?
How many did you really laugh?
Okay, I did my shoulders like, that was too many. I'm not gonna lie like that.
So I want to say this, and I mean, I really wish we could just keep going on, but we are dealing with the weather, so you know, I'm literally timing this. So, but one thing I just want to say, and then let's kind of wrap it up, is that I love just being able to get this situation here together, and we can start off talking about one thing, and then it just I just love how talks just go and evolve, and we need, and then I always say, this podcast here, the shit no one else says, it is extremely unapologetic. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say on here. This is a open space. I do not believe in censoring anything. This is what these platforms are made for, is to be able to be yourself, say what the fuck you want to say, and just everybody fucking be okay with that. Like, it's not a fucking big deal. Like, no, I'm not apologizing for shit that's said on here. If I get canceled, I get canceled for saying whatever. Who cares? That ain't what this show is about. Right. It's about open spaces and beautiful black women and saying what the fuck we want to say when it's time to say it. I do want to give everybody like a chance to say your Instagrams and all that kind of stuff. Cool. And whatnot. So go.
Okay. And can I put it in a request?
Yes.
Can I put it in a request? Because with the 30s conversation, that like where it started, I think I would love to come back.
How old is that?
I'm 30.
She's the youngest.
I am the youngest. I'll be 33 in February.
Okay, 33.
That's so cute.
Beautiful life. It feels good.
Yes, honey. Yes. Grow your wings. That is so cute, girl.
I still count though.
You count.
You
count. It's fuck them 20-year-old bitches.
Yo, but no, okay.
Hey girls, y'all.
There really there is such a shift between it. Okay, so what I say, and this can kind of, if I get, if you invite me back and we have that conversation about being in 30, if she chooses to. What I say before I plug myself is that I realize that I'm old enough to know that I know nothing at all.
Yeah.
And so
there it is.
I realize I will evolve. I will change my mind constantly, and that's cool. It doesn't make me full of shit. It doesn't make me fake. It doesn't make me stupid. Oh, you can't make up your mind. No, I'm a different person. I don't have the same ideals and thought processes I had at 25 because I didn't experience the shit that I went through at 29. And something's gonna happen at 35 or whatever. Like I will think differently at 50. I will be the grownest I've been when I'm 50. God willing that I make it. But right now I'm the grownest I've been at this point, and I know what I know now. And so I'm like, this whole thing of like, oh, you're supposed to do this and this is how you live life. I'm like, this is what makes sense to me right now.
Right.
Yes.
And this is what works right now.
Exactly.
And at a later time, it could be something completely different. And that's cool too. And like, I'm just, intrinsically and organically me. And that's, in the space that I'm in.
Facts.
And, and so,
Bars.
Thank you. Did any of you write? If I do this, no.
Hey.
But okay, plugging myself. Okay, so I am Bobby G, and I'm a writer, director, producer, and I have a series dropping in February called I Am Not Okay. Centered around Black mental wellness, I like to say. And before we get to the recovery part, you have to be able to identify the struggle, right? And so you can find me on Instagram at Bobby G on IG, BOBBIG on IG.
There we go. Dropping gems all the time. Okay, and if you want to get top-notch PR, marketing, website design, development, all of that shit.
Love yourself. Receive these compliments. Receive them.
Direction on what your next move is. You need to holler at my girl Kelly K in the building. Okay, shout out your Instagrams. What is it?
Instagram is Miss Kelly King, MSKELLY, not EY, not I.
Right.
Regular Kelly. Okay, King.
And I do want to say you are rebranding yourself, I think, also with the food and all of that.
Yeah, it's some different things that are coming. So that's why I'm giving that handle. Those things will come from that end. And then my PR handle is at livewireagency.com. LIVEAGENCY.
All right, there we have it. And then we have Miss Noemi.
Noemi. And
Yes.
so you can follow me at Coffee with Curls, everything. Come check out my random podcast on me talking shit.
Yes.
About anything and just being a student of life.
Yes. I love your page. It's very like eccentric and it's cool and weird. Like I like to use the word weird because I'm fucking weird.
I'm weird for sure.
And listen, I walked right up to you and because I just saw you and I was like, I need to know you because it was like, you know. So I mean, I can't thank you enough for coming here. You know, I could have been whatever, and you still just, you know, open arms. Exactly, we did. We had a moment. So, remember the Shit No One Else Says podcast. I'm on everything. iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, YouTube. That's where I want you to watch this shit at. Click it. That's it. I mean, I don't know. Thank y'all for coming out. It's about to fucking storm here, so
fucking Houston.
Not gonna be in law. Wait.
They
You know our meteorologists never know what the hell they talking about.
That's why I was confused because the app said no. The app said
you never know. We live in Houston. We
I
kind of
know.
just gotta put our finger up in the air.
Right.
Right.
How everybody knees feel. How everybody knees feel.
Right to your bones.
Exactly. Right. I feel bendy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's it. Again, I just want to thank y'all for, you know, supporting me. And I'm not saying I'll be, you know, alone forever, but for right now, I just got to keep pushing.
I feel like you did.
And
yes.
Thank you.
I like the dynamic, the new dynamic.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's great. You're good.
Thank you very much. So, that's it. Shit, we out.
All right. Deuces.
All right. And I'm going to stop it.